Now we will take an object of mass 0.12 kg. It is moving with a velocity of 20 meters per second. We will try to find out its momentum and energy. Momentum P is equal to mv, where m is equal to 0.12, where v is equal to 20, 0.12 kg, 20 meters per second. So finally, we will get a 2.4 kg meters per second. This is the momentum value. So what is the wavelength? Lambda is equal to h by p. What is the h value? 6.625 into 10 to the power of minus 34 joules second. Momentum is equal to 2.4 kg meters per second. If you do the calculation, we will get the answer in terms of 2.76 into 10 to the power of minus 34 meters. Means wavelength for this much mass of a body moving with this velocity is in the order of 10 to the power of minus 34. 10 to the power of minus 34 is very less than our limit, beyond our limit it is. Means it is very difficult to find or observe this smallest wavelength. So, if a body have size macroscopic, means bigger size objects, they won't exhibit this wave-like nature because of the smallest wavelength. This is very, very important. So, this is not valid for macroscopic objects. Macroscopic objects won't exhibit wave-like properties. This is very, very important. So, it is useful for microscopic or not, and what are the limitations in the microscopic also we will see. So, now consider an electron. Of mass m, which is traveling through a potential of V. Now, what is the energy acquired by this electron? We can write K is equal to EV. But if it is traveling through a potential V, the energy acquired is kinetic energy. The original kinetic energy equation is half mv square. The amount of work done to travel through a potential is equal to EV. The minimum kinetic energy is half mv square. So, we are equating half mv square is equal to EV. So, in this case, we are going to see the expression for the P. So, we can write half mv square is equal to P square by 2m. Because P is equal to mv whole square by 2m, m square and m get cancelled, we will get half mv square. So, P square by 2m is equal to EV. P square is equal to cross multiply 2m EV. P is equal to under root 2m EV. Or you can, in place of E, you can write Q also, no problem. So, wavelength or de Broglie's wavelength, lambda is equal to h by p. Therefore, lambda is equal to h by under root 2m EV. H is Planck's constant, m is mass of electron, E is charge of electron, V is the potential where the electron is passing. If you substituted the whole the constants in this equation, we will get lambda is equal to 1.227 by root V. So, we got the lambda is equal to 1.227 by under root V nanometers. Suppose if potential is equal to 120 volts, If you substitute the values, you will get lambda is equal to 0.112 nanometers. This value is equal to the space between the plane crystals in atomic structure. This lambda is, this value is equal to space between the planes of a crystal. So, what we can understand from this hypothesis? So, if you want to study the internal structure of a crystal, we should use the wavelength of this much, then we can understand the internal structure of any crystal. So, which electromagnetic wave has this much wavelength? X-ray. So, X-rays are useful to investigate the internal structure of the crystal. So, this application proved this one. For this discovery, Mr. de Broglie got the Nobel Prize. So, the X-rays are useful to investigate the internal structure of any crystal. So this one concept leads to the another discovery. Now we will see the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So what is this uncertainty principle? Previously we have discussed that for macroscopic objects the wavelength is very least, so beyond our limits. So it is very less than our limits. So is it possible to find the wavelength of microscopic objects? Is it possible? See, suppose if this is the atomic structure, it contains n number of electrons around the orbits. Suppose if you want to see these electrons, you should apply energy. Once the energy which is radiated to the electrons, they absorbs the energy. Whenever any electron absorbs the energy, it won't sit calm. It will roam around within the given lattice with enormous speed. So, it gets momentum. When it is under the momentum, it is very difficult to find out its exact position, because they received an enormous amount of energy, very difficult. That means at the given time or at the same time, it is very difficult to predict the position and momentum of the given electron. This is said to be Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So it is very difficult or impossible to predict the exact position and momentum simultaneously at same time. So if you want to find the position, momentum dominates. If you want to find the momentum, position dominates. So there is an uncertainty to predict all these two things correctly at the same time. So the uncertainty in position is delta x. In position or in finding the position is delta x. Or you can write in finding the. Same like the uncertainty in finding momentum is equal to delta p. So what is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle? The product of uncertainties in momentum and position is greater than or equal to h cross, where h cross is equal to h by 2 pi. So this is Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Why it is happening as uncertainty? Electron is not localized. It is revolving or distributing over a space, a given space. When it is localized, what is the plot? When it is distributed, what is the plot? We are going to see the plots.
If you like this video, please give a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel to get more videos on CBSE syllabus.